Hi guys, I'm Charlotte Ineviona Kigezo, a psychologist by profession. So, for those who know, for the longest time, there's been war in South Sudan. And the war in South Sudan has created many numbers of refugees. And we know the largest number of refugees are in Uganda. And for that fact, as a team working with Platform Africa, we decided with the causes that we know can cause trauma, why not help at least a number of 25 people and train them on awareness. And the awareness is, why can't we be able to help people understand, one, why there is trauma. We all know war does create trauma, and in war we have sexual assault, which is the biggest cause of trauma. And for trauma to be there has to be stress. The wars in South Sudan have caused stress on people, and because the people in Rhino Camp are not aware of the stresses that are being brought around in their own world, there are things that happen to them that they do not understand. So as Platform Africa, we decided train 25 people who lead the community to be able to train more people, 25 more, that is 50. And before we know it, in 2 years, probably we've trained 5,000 people to be able to be aware that trauma is something they can treat, trauma is something they can fight, and most definitely, trauma is something that can lead them to love. So we are fighting hate and healing it with love. So everyone has done trauma training. What's the difference between everyone and Platform Africa? We are doing a direct training with the aim of the leaders that lead the communities in the camps. And another thing that makes ours a bit different, we are handling things that are in depth of trauma, giving and teaching the different types of training as far as trauma is concerned. Because when it comes to trauma, we all know trauma as one thing, the person is stressed, but do we all know there's a difference between ASD, acute stress disorder, and PTSD, post-traumatic disorder? Now, as the facilitator and part of the team of the training, we shall be digging in depth, one, how to handle trauma, how to notice trauma, and most definitely, what's the first aid for trauma? We all know when trauma is overboard, it might lead to suicide. Well, those are the coping mechanisms that are positive and negative. We shall dig into all that, and most definitely shall have a health personnel on board to teach us what are the other sides as per health issues are concerned. Why be a part of Platform Africa and create awareness on trauma? It's always been a passion of mine to see a mentally healthy team of youth around the world. And definitely I know the 25 people in that team will be youth and young people. But the youth are not people who are above 40. The youth are us. So why start with a team bigger than us? We are starting with us and spreading the world beyond, because that's what Platform Africa does. On the other end, why am I so passionate about this? Come on, who doesn't like psychology? And I'm going to the camp. You're going to meet fun people, and most definitely there's the language barrier. I don't expect anyone to greet me in any foreign language, but it will be fun to learn something before I leave the camp. So it's a passion of mine to see a world that is mentally aware, mentally sober, and most definitely a world where we are treating so many people more with love and not spreading hate. Because please, we've received enough hate for a century now. Can we receive some love? Thank you.